This message is for Scorpio. And take a look at why are they ghosting you. Do hope all is well and that you are doing well. And let's just go ahead, hop right in. Divine may have 3 best cards for the overall energy of why this person is ghosting our Scorpio. Please, 3 best cards. Okay. So starting out, we have water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That is you. So during this time that this person is ghosting you, or appears that they're ghosting you, it does look like you are in their thoughts. This is what the energy that's on their mental they're focusing on. So this ghosting is regarding you, but let's dive a little deeper here. Gambling, problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances, and then open up your heart in the spiritual realm. It will help you attract more love. So right now in the environment, they're gambling. There's something that is not going well for them. They're playing a huge game of risk, and the risk did not turn into a reward. You'll know in detail what your person is dealing with, but it's some type of addiction that's going on that causes them to be in a financial strain or state of financial strain. And this may be why they're pulling back, because they're not ready to explain something to you, or they don't want you to know about this issue. And how it's almost like message coming through is that the House of Cards, the wind has blown a little bit too hard at this point. Maybe they went really huge on something, took a big risk, a big gamble, and now they're at less than 0. Okay. But however, here's the spiritual space. Will open up your heart. It will help you to attract more love. They may be struggling with letting you know that they have a problem. And if they let you know that they have this problem or this issue with gambling about something in their life, doesn't necessarily have to be actual gambling, but they take gambles and huge risks on things. They're afraid that perhaps if they tell you this, it would be a turnoff for you and end the connection altogether. So, all right, so let's get into the details here. So this ghosting is concerning you specifically, but it's not in terms of trying to aggravate you. It's just really, looks like it's out of fear of what your judgment of them will be. So may I have 5 best cards, please, let's get some more details out here. 5 best cards regarding the opening energy, please. 5 best cards, Divine. 9 of Hazards in reverse. 4 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse. Page of Hazards upright. And the Moon card in reverse. Okay. Now they may also be a water sign too, because the Moon card Pisces energy, excuse me. What was I going to say? Something else? Okay. This 9 of Hazards being in reverse is them not wanting you to know how they make it do what it do, how they make their money, or what's going on. Money seems to be the strongest message coming through in regards to example of this gambling issue. Whatever they're gambling with, whatever this addiction is, it affects their financial status and their financial stability. And whatever they do it in large chunks. They binge on things. If they're wagering, they make a large bet. They take up huge risks, because in the past, those huge risks net them rewards. So they're not the person that thinks, I'll just put in 100 when they used to bet in 1,000. They can't do that, because all they're going to think about is the money. Even if they win, they're going to think about the money that they lost because they didn't make the bigger bet. That type of energy. This 9 of Hazards in reverse is them wanting to keep that hidden from you in terms of how much they really depend on this, and they maybe have put everything they had on it. It could have been something like they were betting on a meme coin or something of that nature. Anything that's going to be a huge gamble, they put everything they had into it, thinking that it was going to make them rich. Okay. They don't throw a fool and his money is separated. They go with fortune favors the bold. This is how they kind of like balance that out. Okay, so the four of swords in reverse between it's the nine of hazards or nine of pentacles, three of swords, and then the four of swords, then the three of swords in reverse. So the four of swords being in reverse is that they don't take time to think about the other side of whether or not this action that they're going to take is going to bring them real true rewards, or is it going to be constant consequences that they can't handle. And right now it appears that they're on the other side of that coin, the consequences they can't handle because this person is hiding under the bed, okay? Trying to, well, in this case, it's in reverse. So it's like the bed is on top. They're hiding under the bed, trying to get away from things. I don't want it to see. Normally upright, this person laying on the bed is ready for battle. As soon as if anything comes through the door, they're ready to go. But this way, they're kind of hiding out, trying to wait for the trouble to pass. And this is what they're trying to do right now while they're ghosting you. Try to figure out a way to recoup the money, get themselves back to a stable position so they can show up for you in the way that they normally would. Okay, this has been hidden from you. But Scorpio being Scorpio, you probably have had some intuitive energies about them coming up short, or they do this periodically in the time that you've known them. Like, if they can't be lavish, they don't do anything, right? Or they don't want to go out. Even if you say, oh, well, I'll take care of things or whatever the case may be, they just don't do that. And they're a person that I'm just getting these flashes in my mind about they're flashy. They like to show off. And again, fast money. You know, it comes in very fast for them. You know, it's like money for them. Money comes easily in like the most abstract way, not in a concrete way, but in an abstract way. They spend it before they get it, etc., etc. The three of swords being in reverse, this is not about infidelity or any betrayal or anything like that. It's specifically dealing with them and the challenges and the troubles that they have. So there's nothing to worry about there. This isn't about them dealing with someone else or cheating or any infidelity in that way. The page of hazards is upright, or where they still have hope that you see the young boy standing in front of the mailbox, like something is going to come through. They're going to find another lick, if you will. They're going to find another hustle. They're going to find another, something to grasp onto and quickly turn the money over. This may be a person that really, because they're an entrepreneur. They don't really work a 9 to 5. Like it's that kind of thing. Now the moon card being in reverse is energy of it's really not a mystery, because you've probably you've been asking yourself anyway, like, what does this person do? You've never seen them actually be in business or do anything with their businesses. They may tell you that, oh, I day trade or something like this. And it seems it's just all been very like, it's been kind of hazy. It's not been very clear, concrete as to how they're earning their money. And now, again, that earlier message coming through that the wind is blowing a little too hard and the house of cards are beginning to fall, if not falling all the way. And you're beginning to see that there's no real structure here. Everything is a gamble. It's one thing covering the other, or covering the other, covering the other. I wouldn't necessarily say a Ponzi scheme, but this is the type of person that would be brought into something like that, or in multi-level marketing, anything where they're going to it's going to be really quick and get rich quick schemes. They're addicted to that type of thing. And because of the fact that they have won big in the past, they feel like they can recreate it again, right? They don't know how to cut their losses and walk away from the table. This is a person that could have a stack of chips. Can't even see over the chips at the table, but they're not going to get up and walk away at that point. They're going to keep gambling, thinking that they're just going to keep winning, that the odds are in their favor, and eventually the house always wins. Okay, so this is what's the reasoning here. They gambled a little too hard, lost a little too much, and now they're tucking their tail and trying to figure out how to get it back. For some of you, for some reason, it may feel like that there was something that you were involved in too, and this is also a reason why they may be running. Like you put something in on it, or they convinced you, like, if you give me such and such and such, I'll flip this and have it back to you with this amount, with this amount on this date, and it didn't go that way. Okay, well, let's see. Well, how is this personally affecting you, Scorpio? Excuse me. So let's see. personal effect, we have Hierophant, Eight of Wands, Two of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance in reverse. I mean, you're not, in terms of the Two of Pentacles being in reverse, the Two of Hazards in reverse, you're not in the dark about what's happening energetically, at least. You know something's really, really wrong here. And so you're not trying to balance it and try to figure them out. You're at this point, you want them to tell you the truth. Like, you're not trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here, especially if you have something invested with them. You want an answer. Okay. You're like, no, I'm not trying to hear, you know, XYZ. And this very well may be why they're because they know the due date, the deadline has come, the due date is here, and they're avoiding you, right? And you know you can't seem to reach them, you can't get a phone call through, they're not answering texts, and they're just avoiding you, you know, like seriously avoiding giving you an answer. And the more and more this happens, the more disappointed and thereby angry you become. And so with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, now you're at a place of you're not going to try to balance what's happening and versus, you know, have compassion or empathy or even some sympathy for what went on with them, because they've made the mistake of trying to leave you out in the cold, and that's not going to work. Temperance is in reverse. You've completely lost your patience. You're not interested in finding the middle ground. You once were, but at this point, you know, it's the energy is coming through that, you know, this is not the time for temperance. This is the time for answers. Like, this is not about trying to find fair ground or middle ground. This is about an answer. You need to know what's going on with you and what your investment was in this particular thing, because it feels like this is the reason why this is showing up, because you've made an investment with them or put money in with them or something of your resources, and they were supposed to have an answer for you, and what do you know? Okay, no answers. The Hierophant is upright. This was business related. And as you see, the newsman is here. I need my news. I need to know what's going on. Now, for you, it's really just a matter of understanding where you are and what needs to happen moving forward for what you've got in the game, what you've made choice to do. What they're not wanting to do is show up and then close, because they know if they come back empty-handed, it's going to close the door for you. Now, you may be the type of person, we may share this, of where if I put the money up, it was something that I could gamble. It was something that I could afford to lose. I do hope that is the case. And if that is the case, you're like this, lesson learned. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll never happen again. This person more than likely doesn't want to do that, because they know if they come back empty-handed, that's going to be a financial source to them shut down. They're not going to be able to come back to you if they find themselves in some type of trouble. Now, I'm not talking about like in dire straits, just horrible, out and down real bad. No, but in the sense of like, I just need to get a couple dollars to do such. No, that door, that faucet is going to be turned off. And they know that. You may have well told them that with terms and agreements. Like, listen, if it doesn't go well, if you don't give me my money back, don't ever ask me for anything else again. That's how I do business. If we're going to do business on a handshake, this is the contract. This is the deal. This is the verbal agreement. We said X, Y, Z. You said you're going to do this. I expect you to do what you say you're going to do. If you don't do what you say you're going to do, I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to do anything. But what I am going to do is no, move forward. Don't ask me, not even for a penny or a dime. Okay? Because even if the person came back with to recoup some of the financial resources or resources that you involved, that would be better than nothing. And this person is just kind of like running. This Eight of Wands is here where you're becoming impatient, and again, this is where you're really looking to get some type of conversation motion going in terms of getting an answer from them. You're probably looking around for different sources to try to make contact with this person. Let's get with this Eight of Wands and this Hierophant. More guidance on this Eight of Wands, please, Divine, the energy. Knight of Cups, yeah. When you're seeking out different people or a different source to find out what's going on with this person, be gentle about it. Do it in a loving way. Emperor in reverse. like curtail that, even though your energy is emperor in reverse, you like, I'm on business and da 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 da. Make sure you come in with a gentle energy, like they're just concerned about you and everywhere else. So when that message is conveyed to other people, because they're going to start to get embarrassed and not going to like that, but do it, just have some strategy there and do it in a gentle way, like, hey, I've been trying to reach him. It's not like this person not to call me back. I just want to make sure that they're okay. Let them know that I've just been asking about them, and it's just not like them, and I don't know. I just want to make sure they're okay. If you've heard from them, underneath it all, though, the truth of the matter is you pissed off as hell. You need to know what the X. You figure out what's going on because you need an answer. And you're well within your rights to feel this way, but that you keep that all inside, okay? Because that is just for them. There's no need to put everybody in your business, but it is a need to figure out what's going on with this person, and to, more importantly, let them know that if you don't come to me yourself, I will figure out what's going on. I will find out. That's the Scorpio energy. Like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? That's okay. I'll find out. Okay? Because Scorpio is never afraid to confront the problem. Okay, and if I can't get it from you, I'll get it. I'll get it. Don't worry about that. Okay, and that's okay. Gotta handle business. All right, so divine guidance moving forward for you. I'm trying to get past the gun line. You slip and fall over the gun line, you will be shot. You so much as stick your Johnson over the gun line, you will be shot. We're gonna go past the gun line. Okay. So, 3 of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, 6 of Cups in reverse. With this 3 of Cups in reverse, don't let this person play in your face, okay? Because if they've got buddies or whatever the case may be, at this point, it is safe to think that everybody's in on it. Okay? That maybe this was from start to finish a hustle of some sort. But luckily for you, and very unlucky for them, that they didn't know who they were dealing with. Hence that Emperor in reverse and that Hierophant on top. You're going to stand on business, period. How you handle your business moving forward from this point is going to instill fear into this person, or is going to make you look desperate. That's going to be your call. If you want to instill fear into this person, the best thing to do is to remain calm. Okay, even though you're seething, bubbling, like just really, 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 really enraged about somebody playing with you and playing in your face, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. You should feel that way because you've been disrespected. And after being disrespected, you were discarded like you was some type of sucker chump, like you was weak or something like that, like you was slow or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're doing that, so you're going to take my kindness and my compassion for weakness, however they hustled you. However they took this gamble with you, okay, they thought that they were just going to get over on you. And that's not going to happen. Now, how you handle it, it's going to be a slow death for this person. They don't know that that's coming, though. The only way that they're not going to know that that's coming is by how you handle yourself out here in these streets and with these people that they know. The 3 of Cups being in reverse is clearly stating that the people that were surrounding them and that were all fun and games with you as you were getting to know this person were all in on this. So none of them can be trusted. No more than you could throw them. Okay, that's the strongest message coming in. Don't trust the friends. Don't trust the stories that you're hearing. By all fair means, just do what you do best, Scorpio. Pull back and go think things through. Okay. Get your emotions in check because, being anger clouds your judgment when you're dealing with your enemies, okay? We don't want to do that. Don't get angry. Get angry privately, okay? But get justice publicly, okay? King of Swords being in reverse, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. People are going to try to get in touch with you and try to figure out how you're feeling about things, Okay, with this Three of Cups in reverse, they're going to try to reach out to you and see where you stand and give you some sob story about this person, or they're going through this, or blah, 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 blah. And they wish they could reach out to you, but it's just been so much drama, and it's just been so much this bullshit, 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 bullshit. You can smell it through the phone. Don't get sucked in, because that's the point. That's the trick. They're going to try to get you to go to your emotions and get you to be sympathetic and pity them. Why would I pity you? All you had to do was make a phone call and tell me that you weren't going to give me the money back. But again, if they did that, what does that mean? That means that you're going to have absolute reason in your mind to say, never again. More than likely, this is what you said when you told them what you were going to do. But now you got to stand on business. Now you got to be a person of your word. The Six of Cups in reverse, there is no chance for them to come back. Do not allow this person to get you in a place of trying to think nostalgia and get them to go take you back to when things first started. Because sugar has gone to shit, and that's what you're in. You're standing in a whole lot of shit. They're trying to give you a bowl of poop and tell you it's chocolate ice cream with sprinkles on top. Absolutely not. Don't buy into that. Don't believe that. Don't fall for that. You better than that. Come on now. It's okay for you to be angry, but manage that anger, focus it, and get your justice. Don't spend too much time on it, though. Okay, pull back. But rest assured, these folks that's going to be reaching out to you, telling you these so-called sob stories about what's going on with this person. Oh, they broke a leg, or they had to travel to Timbuktu to take care of their auntie who was blah, 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 that was so close to their mama, like just so dramatic. Whatever the case is going to be, it's going to be dramatic. Whatever they know of your family, like if you're a family person, they're going to come with the family side story. If you're about work or whatever the case may be, they're going to come with a work side. They're going to do something that's so close to you that's going to bring up so much emotion that's just going to distract from the fact that I don't give a shit about that. Rent is due when the rent is due. Where's my rent money? Now, it's one thing if we work in a deal and you tell me what's going on and I can figure out how I can help you. We can work through the situation, set up a payment plan, installment, or you tell me when XYZ is going to happen and I tell you what I can do and I can afford. But you trying to give me some sob story like, well, feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for my money. Where is my money? Okay? And the money translates into the energy of respect. Don't disrespect me. Don't play with me. Just tell me you ain't got it. Done. All right, Scorpio. I appreciate your time and your attention today. I know it's a tough one for you, but as always, it's not a tough time that's been invented that the Scorpio can't handle. Get on. You can handle it. Your feelings may be hurt, but now it's time to, again, get the justice. Okay? Remember, back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.